Oh my God!
We're at number 10.
We are at number 10. We're about to take it a number 2. Number 10, it would appear. So let's bring that onto the screen now. Okay, right. So number 10. Right. Oh my, that's a beauty, isn't it?
That's a beauty. No, you got 10. That's 10B.
Oh, this is so complicated.
Right.
Is that okay? Is that better for you?
Yeah. All right. Let's. That was a kick-off one. War murals. Okay. Right. Let's talk about. Now I know a little bit about this because I do mural designs.
Yes.
So I know what I'm talking about here. Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. I can blow that up.
Right. Now war murals. Try staring at a location that never changes. That's the warning sign with this one. Okay, so
don't do this.
Don't do this.
Don't ever do this.
Because what happens when you get a little bit bored of it, you know? And
because it's the wow factor for the first.
It's minute, the wow factor, and you're in love with it, and you've got the coat hanger which looks like a seagull there.
Or a René Magritte.
Or a René Magritte, yes. You must go for a quick
Someone
René
smoking
Magritte.
A pipe.
Should walk would you like to explain René Magritte for the folks out there?
René
Magritte.
Isn't he the one who did that say to peep?
Yes. Brilliant. I love that. You're so cultural.
Oh,
you're so cultural,
dear boy. Yes.
But anyway, looking at this, just remember that you're going to have to wake up to that every day. Now, if you're happy with it, great. But would somebody going through your house to purchase it like that?
I think that gets an "Ain't Nobody Got Time for That" award.
Ain't nobody got no time for that, boy.
What are you talking about, Willis, on this particular picture here? Although Mrs. M and I lived in a house that we thought was the tent up. We thought it was a Frisian print.
A Frisian print,
like black and white from a Frisian cow.
Yes.
And we only discovered later, this is like a sort of sexy boudoir, and it was a silhouette of a man and woman kissing each other. We slept in there. We didn't even know that. We thought we were living in the shadow of a Frisian cow.
You know what? You should be playing your ringtone at this point.
Well, there was a conception in there. So
my ringtone.
Where is my ringtone?
I don't know. You said you were going to play.
I know. I made so many promises.
Such a giggle. Yes. Laughing at that ringtone.
Okay. Well, I've got it because it is on.
My brother created lovingly for you.
I know, and I put it up on my podcasting channel, and it was taken down immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was music, not because it was disgusting.
Oh, right. It was music. Yeah, it had a bit of music track in the back.
It did.
But perhaps you could relive. You know.
Oh, okay. I'll give that sort of accompaniment to some of these pictures. That's so beautiful. There are okay. So no murals, and I mean, what is going on with that combo on the bed there?
What's a neural?
What did I say? Neural?
Yes, I think you said what's a neural?
Neural linguistic. Mural linguistic programming.
Yes, okay. NLP.
MLP in this. I mean, an NLP practitioner could give you a lot of insight with this particular picture, I think.
Yes.
And I'm not at all keen on that bedspread.
No.
And pillow set. I mean, that is extraordinary, isn't it?
Well, I think they're going for a sand dune effect, trying to match the color of the sand.
I've got you, yeah. Wasted on me.
As the visuals move up.
And is that a small stool in the room?
Well, that might have been an accident. They may have had a kid in there.
Hold on a minute. Am I on the right numbers here, or have I messed it up again?
No, you've messed it up again. 10B.
Yes, okay.
Right, 10B. Now, look, can you zoom in on that? Is that possible?
Can. Yes, right. There are things I can do, things I said I would do.
Now here we go. Now, a quick scan.
Wow! Wow!
Oh, come on! Now look, set sail.
I like the tiles.
Yes,
it's Portuguese, isn't it?
I think it looks a bit Portuguese. Yeah. Right, set sail on a porcelain throne. Yes, right. This mood promises adventure.
Did you write this?
Yeah, of course I did.
You wrote this copy?
Yeah.
You genius.
Oh, wow.
Right, okay. Set sail on a porcelain vessel?
A porcelain throne.
Oh,
like, can you see yourself, like, just transcendentally fading off into the distance?
And shouting out, can I have some toilet paper in it? Because there's none.
There's none out in the middle of this lake. All I've got is this fish.
I hate it when you sail out into the middle of the lake and you forget to take your toilet paper with you.
Coming, dear.
Unless it's a Japanese toilet, which takes care of it for you. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it.
But you imagine just coming into the toilet, big long toilet, right? And then you see that, right? And you want to go. It's almost like the gatekeeper, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it's stopping you traveling to that transcendental
it could cause immediate constipation as well.
Not consternation, but constipation.
Both. Actually, both.
Yes.
In a single visit to the lavatory.
I love that. You did really well there. I'm really
so
happy.
This is another no, is it? I mean, that's not going to help.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Would you? I mean, is there any doubt?
And the thing is, when
would you like
what happens sometimes?
You'd like it, wouldn't you?
I like the tiles, and I like the idea. I'm worried about walking in on someone in there, because if you walk in on somebody, which happens, doesn't it? People don't lock the door. You can't stick your foot out and stop the door opening. In
no,
long,
you need a long leg for that, wouldn't you?
Or a stick to hold the door shut. Right, we spent so much, we couldn't afford a lock. We spent a lot on the interior design.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if someone walks in and sees you there, they're not going to just shut the door and say, "Oh, sorry." No. They're going to look up and they go, "Oh, what is going on?"
They've gone into another universe.
Does someone need help?
Yeah.
It's like the end. It's like the toilet scene that was dropped from the Truman Show.
Yeah, because it could be a film ending shot, couldn't it? As a naked man or woman sitting on that toilet fades off into the distance.
Yes.
It's a bit like ethereal, isn't it?
It is
ethereal. That was the word I was looking. Ethereal.
A fishing pole.
It's a what?
God knows what you'd catch.
It's a fishing pole
in there, right?
Yeah, take your fishing gear in.
Oh,
so we've had that. We've had that. Right.
Bit of Roman interior design.
Romanesque. Yeah. What are you going to do with this? Right.
This is part of the particulars of a featuring house.
I think you've jumped ahead here a little bit, because I was looking for number 9, dear. Number 9. There we go. Right now. Yes. Now, on the face of it, ostensibly. Yes. Yeah. Good word. Looks all right.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Yes, I thought when I was doing this yesterday, I thought Carl
that's
would like
taste.
that. Yeah, that's him. Traditional. Yeah.
Sluice drain in the middle.
Yeah. Romantically looking back.
Yes.
Right. Into this golden age. Yes. Of broadcasting.
Look, people are really getting into this. Yeah. Pete says that's for the discerning peer poo.
I knew Pete
very nice.
Pete would be tuning in.
Sitting on the dock of the bay toilet. Terrible to clean. Oh, this one's terrible to clean, I think.
Now that great point. Yeah.
Very practical.
Imagine, right? And some people are guilty of this. If you're living in Peckham, right? In London, built up area, you can't really force a country style.
Yes.
There, can you?
Yes.
With the grey granite walls of Peckham.
Yes.
Concrete jungle.
Yeah.
So, do you really need to feel that you're living in a barn to? I'm asking you this now.
Oh, I see. I see.
To actually wash your hands.
Yes.
Because apparently a lot of interior designers are now moving away from this kind of traditional country.
Rough finishes.
Yeah, rustic. That's always the great word, the rustic, yeah.
Yes, okay, to rusty. Rusty. I don't mind that, whether it's Peckham or Paniche. I'd be happy with that, Bath. I don't mind that.
I love the fact that you've said that, because I quite like that
from
myself.
Peckham to Paniche. Right?
Peckham to Paniche, yeah.
Point of order here.
Yes.
Hugh, and we know Hugh is posh, of course. And it's very common to use the word toilet. I think he's right.
He's right.
It does differentiate.
Should we use restroom? Because I've never
really... definitely not. Hugh wouldn't like that.
Well, no, I know he wouldn't like it, but it's one of my buzz things. Is obviously with our American buddies, because you're off to the restroom,
and everyone knows. Don't
I'm going for a rest in the restroom because there's some beds in there.
Yes,
and a hammock.
Yes. What? And some aromatherapy.
Aromatherapy, in the restroom.
Yes.
Where did he get the restroom from?
I said just a nice, polite euphemism, isn't it?
A euphemism.
Yeah.
I prefer.
I'm just popping off to powder my nose, little boy's room.
Yeah.
Drop the kids off at the pool. That sort of thing.
Right.
But point taken, Hugh. Thank you very much for that. And the point possibly you're making is that this is an improvement on the Roman situation there.
Yeah, well,
no expense spared.
No expense spared there, right? So
there was a time when the stonemasons who made these probably it transitioned, didn't it? When Arnold Crapper came along. Yes. And they were just out of business overnight when these newfangled lavatories came along.
Yeah, with the flush system.
And the washdown guttering.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do that if you I mean, I know with Hugh, he's got one of those on site, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah. I think Hugh sits on one of those.
Lavatories through the ages.
Pass the paper, dear.
Oh, communal. That's a family of six.
That's what I'm thinking, right? I said, can we take the country living theme too far?
Poos together stays together. Yes.
A family that poos together.
Have I gone too far again?
No. What are you going? Are we having to move on quickly? No, look, see that now.
Back to Rennie Magritte.
Rennie Magritte. No, no, you've gone on.
We're
on to vessel bowl sinks, and that's one ahead of the. I need number 8. Now, this is a vessel bowl sink. Yeah, wash your hands in a kidney. right? Why not? Any old body part will do. And that fired me.
This is a stunning debut, Captain Casa. I've got to say, this is fabulous. I love this.
That fired me up so much to go to the world of AI, right? And if we move on to the next shot, which is 8B.
Going back.
Yeah.
Did you make that?
I made that. Now,
listen,
right, what a wild imagination I really have. Now, I've got to concede that the ear isn't in the right
Never
place.
drink the sediment.
I drank a lot
of
of
a real ale because that's what happens.
I wanted the ear to form the bowl.
Yeah.
Right. So the chat.
I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, because it's another body part. I was thinking of link, but
from kidneys.
I had a right battle with AI. I'm telling you, it wasn't.
No, we're at that stage.
Well, it really. But anyway, look, it did its best. What
worries me is that is now in the repository of AI information.
Yes,
that you've contributed to the intelligence of AI with that.
Well, that's going a bit too far, isn't it? Me contributing to intelligence. And that. Of a play school with some crayons.
It's a very big tap.
It's a very big tap,
isn't it?
It is. But that's the problem with AI.
Yeah,
it doesn't really understand unless you are very particular with the instructions.
Right.
You give measurements, etc., etc. Anyway, I had about 3 attempts at it, and he said no. Basically, that's what you get.
That's your lot.
That's my lot. But
on the free plan,
honestly,
you've got to have premium to get something better than that.
I've had a call from Lawrence.
Llewellyn Bowen.
Yes, thank you for finishing that one.
Thank you, my pleasure. Right.
Mr. Lawrence.
He likes this.
Honestly, we're going to produce a range of ears, and I've got the patent on it. Okay,
I've got to say you've excelled yourself.
Thank you very much.
You really have. So from these,
so that was a vessel bowl sinks. Okay?
Yeah, or the
hard to clean, easy to break. We don't like them.
And I imagine plumbers just Christ, you bought that. You want to?
You can't have that.
Yeah. I've got a mate who does stuff like that, but I'm not touching that.
I've got a foot in the van you can have.
I'm not touching.
Go on, son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
whoa. What? No, where are you now?
Yes.
Futile futons.
Futons. Not a fan?
Not a fan. Okay. And if you go in there and zoom in, as I know you're capable of, we explore that futile futon, we discover that it's made of packing cases.
This looks like first date territory, doesn't it?
It takes me back. I mean, without the mattress.
When you used to say, come see my etchings.
Come and see my futon. It's medical.
Japanese torture system.
Right. Yeah. Pallet bed. Industrial.
It's not even a futon, is it? I mean, there will be Japanese people watching thinking
they'll be up in. They'll be after me.
That's just that should have been a coffee table.
Yeah,
made out of pallets.
Rugged, rustic, gives you quality sleep with splinters. Okay.
Well, you reach down in the night to something and you just get lacerated by a roughly finished pallet.
It's sadomasochistic, isn't it?
I don't mind it. I mean, but it's I
don't mind a splinter or two in the evening with a wife.
Zen. It's all of the best of Japanese culture is Zen, keeping you on your toes.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Well, they will stick in your toes.
Don't walk barefoot through there.
Yeah,
don't stand on the bed
barefoot in the futon.
It's young, isn't it? It's a young.
It's
look.
Young.
It's like first place or a shared accommodation, and you're saving. You saved a bit of money, and you've made it look pretty good. You've got plants there. You've got shoe storage, CDs. It does date it a little bit.
It does.
Philips 3-in-1 there.
Yeah, and I think really the upscaling thing really has basically turned. Wood into waste, really, because it needs to be burned.
Yeah, nice shoe storage, says OLP. Great to see you here this morning, and had one for years. Slept like a king on the futon.
Yeah.
Can't wait to put it up again when I have restored the ruin. Right. Some would say that is a good description for.
It seems
your
like
futon.
We're getting some reaction here.
We are reaction and traction. It's all about reaction and traction.
Yeah.
It really
I think
is.
with 7. No, it's not 7. 8B.
No, hold on, because there was another.
Oh, that's just too small, isn't it?
This one here.
No,
I can zoom in.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, are you suggesting that's more tasteful or just more of the same?
I think that's a bit more. Why bother? Really? I want to sleep on a pile of wood. I could go outside and lie on some.
Yeah, it does. It should have some fire retardant on it because that's
Lenya.
Yeah. Okay.
It should have some fire retardant on it, and it's just
or a bucket of
sense.
water standing by.
So really,
not a fan of the futon
not a
beds.
fan of the futon. So I know we're getting some counter revolutionaries there.
Yeah, well, Matt is quite the contrarian. Okay.
No. You've gone to number 6B.
This is Frisian style again.
Let's look at number 6, which is cowhide furniture.
Cowhide.
No, that's not number 6.
Not to be confused with cowhide furniture. And this takes me back to the Frisian sex palace that I mentioned earlier on.
Look. This is one of my favorites.
My eye has been drawn to the back of the picture.
Don't even go there.
Cow print and punch bag combo.
Welcome to my world.
Is this your lockup?
No, it's not my lockup. But this is what I face when I do a lot of photography. And people go, just do the garage, will you? And you look in, you go, please, it's going to take a day to tidy up. Do you really want to do that garage?
That's rude, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
it's not so rude. I understand, right? People have very pressured time.
Yes.
And they just think, just take a quick shot of the garage, will you?
Yes.
And now what you really want to see in the garage is a Lamborghini or something like that. And then we get 2 cowhide chairs and an atomic explosion in the background. Now, what have we got for this? Meet a 3-legged cow with its 2-legged calf. Give it a stroke.
You've reframed that beautifully. Yes. Which is an improvement on isn't it?
Oh yes.
Very good.
Yes. So
are you suggesting then that these are sort of Marmite items that you might want to think twice about when dressing your house or having them in even in the house in the first place?
Yeah. If you move on to the next one, which is a bit Frank Lloyd Wright, this is a bit small, but look at that.
That is the Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
Cow print.
Oh, the Hugh Heifer.
The Hugh Hefner.
Ka-ching.
Oh. Very, very good. Okay.
Soft.
Yes.
Look at that. I mean, if you're wearing a slightly woolen jacket and you stand up and you've got
woolen,
load of cow hair on the back of you.
Or if you wear man-made, you're going to get a big static shock next time you touch an escalator.
The sparks will fly.
Very difficult to clean as well. I'm thinking, especially in a Playboy mansion.
At least we've got 4 legs on this cow now, right? That's what I'm thinking.
But what's that hanging down at the front?
And a question people always ask me.
You don't have to answer that.
Yeah. Okay. And I was just going to say, Frank,
back to
if we are looking at the cow furniture, right, we have got to pay a passing respect to Frank Lloyd Wright.
Was he among the first? Was he among the first to use that?
In that level of design, he was famous for rugs, which I quite like. And at one time, I was actually considering doing my Ford Zodiac in some cowhide.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Nice touch.
And I still have half a mind to do it, honestly. Because
you still have half a mind.
Well, the drink took it away.
Right.
I had to say goodbye.
I love. You see, there's no accounting, is there? I love those chairs. House sold. She'd buy the house just because of the chairs.
Yes. Well, that's a good. You see, look, I'm actually going with you on this one. I can't actually say, except for the stools, the cow stools. That I couldn't say that I hate that. I'm actually kind of slightly just turned on by it, really. In a design way.
Oh, God,
yeah.
Thank goodness.
Well, you did a bad image. Yeah.
Sofa cams.
So I get where you're coming from. It's just, getting that in a shot, making it flow.
Yes. Well, the
better than that.
The cow and calf, which is Ilkley, isn't it? Cow and calf.
Yeah.
Ilkley.
By Ilkley Moor.
Has Matty failed a psychological test? I see 6 legs and 4.
Yeah. Well, Matty is a bit
special.
It's a bit special. He's got on the old scale, and he's very
I see 6. To be fair to Matty, I see 6 and 4 as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought 3 and 2 was a lot more funny than 6 and 4 in comedic terms. You see, he's just
fair enough. Yeah. He's being too literal. I get it.
He's being too literal. But which is comedic.
All right, very good. Now let's go to the Chinese restaurant. Because that, to me, looks like a detail in a restaurant, or Japanese restaurant.
Japanese restaurant, yeah. More reliefs.
That's a bit.
More reliefs.
That's a bit much to live with.
Now, it is a bit much, right? You imagine the lights going out in that, and then you're rubbing your hand down the wall. You just think, where am I?
I'm in a forest, yeah.
When I
scream.
Yeah.
Blair Witch. It does
look Blair
Witch.
Well done.
Inside.
Love that. And I thought it looked like a badger burrow, taking a ground root system probably like an underground,
and a very worrying glory hole.
Yeah,
I don't know if that came to your attention as well. I zoom in here.
Really,
believe it or not, this is Captain Casa.
Oh, look at that! I didn't notice that. Is that like an eye?
Where the little bird pops out.
Oh yeah,
it's lovely. That's a nice touch.
Yeah,
as it were.
A lovely touch.
Okay,
a glory hole. I'd have missed the glory hole. I really.
This seemed like such a good idea.
Yeah, you go and sit with Matty. I tell you.
Yes.
For your detail.
Okay.
Right, creepy Halloween nightmare all year long. Yeah, with relief. Yeah. I mean, that's what you're looking at, isn't it? All year long.
Okay, and James asked an interesting question. What's going on with the doorway in the hall?
Well,
is that someone's necktie hanging on the door handle? Because this is, I don't know where you got this picture from. I don't want to go there. I don't want to buy this house. I don't want to be in that club. Whatever it is, I'm not interested. Okay?
I thought it looked like a Chinese restaurant.
That's where this is going.
I didn't realize you got a glory hole.
I'm sure the food's very good, but honestly.
And the torturing is mighty.
I'll just take the set meal and leave it at that. If that's okay. Dungeon. That's the word that comes to mind.
Dungeon.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Words. World's biggest birdhouse. It could be.
It could be.
And this is nice because there's a lot of creative people here, obviously, in the Gumper community. Put some colourful birds on it. That would be one way. If you inherited that, you love the rest of the house. This was the bit, and there's probably a word for this in real estate, isn't there? Is the bit you don't like, but you buy because you like the rest of it.
Yeah,
this might be that feature. You could pimp my ride, as it were, with a few birds from the Chinese shop.
Wouldn't that look?
Don't go there. Yeah. Don't go there. Okay.
Yes.
Oh
no. Where are we going now? We're going for number 4.
Is that it?
No.
Is that it?
Look at the numbers, dear.
The numbers aren't on here. The numbers.
What do you mean? They are. They were on mine.
Okay, all right.
They are.
I can see them now.
Yeah.
It's just really tough.
Right now, yes.
Yeah.
Wallpaper murals.
Yes.
Right. When you want a home with a missing wall, and you've got one there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you need that space. You need that kind of be able to walk out into nature. Yeah.
Yeah, then smash your face on the trompe l'oeil.
Smash your foot on a rock.
It's a trompe l'oeil related accident.
Right in that.
How did you get to casualty today? Well, I tried to make a fast exit from my friend's living room.
A rather large need for a trompe l'oeil.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this welcoming with a nature and a like with passing hikers into your house?
What comes to mind to me here is job interview. I feel like I'm going to be ushered over to that corporate looking city, and please wait here. The HR team will come and get you in as you deserve in 5 minutes. It's corporate. It looks like an office to me. That's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I couldn't live with that.
Yeah,
you
could paint it. I mean,
I could paint
do
it.
Something like that,
but perhaps make it a bit more melodious. And,
no. The mural, it looks like Hilda Ogden's house. Very British reference.
That's what I thought when I looked
ducks.
at it. Now, how would we explain Hilda Ogden to American viewers?
Soap opera.
Yeah.
Working class couple, Stan and Hilda Ogden.
That's right.
And they were basically shamed and bullied. The working classes were shamed and bullied via this soap opera.
Yeah.
And they had flying ducks on their wall, which was de rigueur, although they would not have used the word de rigueur, the phrase de rigueur themselves.
They would have thought that was somewhere near Darwin in Lancs. Have you been to de rigueur? It's wonderful up there.
It's lovely.
If I could pronounce it properly.
Yes.
By Chapel Only Firth.
Okay. Be sure to have a security cam on at all times. Get loads of YouTube. Yeah, someone running into that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
OLP. I live next to that mountain range.
Yeah.
Well, now does that attenuate? That's the funny thing, actually. If you've got that and you can look out the window at it, there's no way you should have a mural of it as well, is there?
Well, no, I've actually done, and Pete is, I won't name names, Pete Bleach. I've actually done a picture of his house.
Really?
You could actually go to the position, exactly.
To the foot at stairs.
To outside, infield.
Yeah.
Right, looking back at his house. And he's got a picture of his house in his house.
Okay.
Now,
that I understand.
Because
it's like getting one of those helicopter pictures when that used to happen. People knocking on your door saying, "This is your house from the sky."
But I went
before drones, right?
Before drones, yeah. I don't think he's heard of a drone, right?
but what I don't understand. And I saw this once in Mudderford near Bournemouth.
Oh, Mudderford.
And people have a row. There's a row of caravans down there that looks at the sea.
Yes.
And people have pictures inside the caravan of the sea. And I'm thinking, well, why would you do that? You moved here at great expense to look at the sea, and
honestly, you've hit something really, really great there.
Right.
I mean, when people love something, they really love it, and they want to show their love.
Okay,
so they go to their favorite place, right, and they show a view of their favorite place.
Yeah.
And they develop not an obsession, but a deep, profound, moving love for a site, a house, a car. Some people want pictures of their cars and all of that, pets. Honestly done.
Well, I can understand when they're bereaved, you have a picture of the pet, right? But to have, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit weird like that.
No, it brings back warm feelings, especially if you move somewhere else. So let's get rid of this one now. I'm fed up with that one now.
Well, James thinks there's a window in there. That it's a kind of trompe-l'oeil special with this actual window looking at that view, and then a surround of it. Maybe I don't know.
Well, I don't. It's actually a
we've got a 4A. And 4C, where do you want to go now?
Probably 4A.
4A.
Yeah.
That's busy.
Yes.
That's a busy old scenario.
That is busy. I mean, that's wallpaper on acid. And I mean that. And I've written down a little note for myself.
Well, know that? Or
I feel sick. I'm about to vomit.
Yes.
Yes. And let's be honest.
To the pier.
That, some...
And the grizzly bear's in there.
Yeah.
Won't be a minute.
There are some color combinations, and you've got some mighty ones here. We've got almost purple and yellow. Opposite.
Really hard on the
opposite
eye.
of the scale.
On the stomach.
Hard on the stomach. And is that a dining room there?
I think it might be.
You're being forced to eat in that room.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
not appetizing.
Whatever you eat there is going to taste disgusting, isn't it? And
wow. It's like you couldn't. It's a challenge to get another texture or pattern in it.
Another pattern. Yeah. It's just a headache waiting to happen, happening, and it's going to give you a headache for about 10 years.
So if you had this, then
if I had this,
do you think people should just get the Magnolia out and just blitz
that? Of course.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
thank God for crying out for Magnolia.
It is.
It's crying out for neutrals.
But
and similar here.
Yeah, keeping it real
in the bedroom.
Let's zoom into this one. Keeping it real in stands. Yes.
I don't think lick it up is really very appropriate.
Well, no, but
it must have a cultural context.
It does, but it's not that bad. Like it means suck it up, right?
Yes, okay.
Suck it. But keeping it real in the stands massive, because I can imagine
allergy. This is what's interesting here, is that there is probably a very urban or suburban view out of that window.
Probably.
And you're creating a complete contrast and getaway, aren't you, inside?
Yeah. Now,
I would want to get away.
Picture this as a photographer. You come across this. What do you do with this room?
Yeah.
I
don't know. Film a hip hop video in it. Remember it as a useful location for a completely different purpose. It's also got the old shin crusher bed.
Yeah.
The shin crusher bed.
I know. Many bruises.
They're terrible, aren't they? They look good. I do like that. And someone's gone to some trouble to do an envelope edge, like NHS circa 1950 on that bed.
Isn't that lovely?
That's really a nice detail, but it doesn't go together with the...
Not really. It's going to inflict pain. The house of pain. And also, the only way I could possibly shoot that is if I got up to the ceiling and looked down and cut as much of that wall off.
And just do a little bit. I can do that now for you. So you just... you don't want that bitch to look like...
No, but... Well, I don't know.
Okay.
No, you don't. No.
Okay.
Because, I mean... it's just...
Oh, God. Oh! Okay.
Are we going now? Right.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we're coming to it now. Right. Yes, number 3.
These are all don'ts, aren't they? Are we going to do best practice next time you come?
We
Captain
can.
Casa?
Do I get invited back?
You definitely do. This has been amazing.
Yeah.
And it's drawn Anna Ledge to us to the screen as well this morning. Bon dia, j'ai boa. Thank you. Good morning, good people.
Obrigado.
And no boombox in that room. No, I'm guessing they've got Sonos in there or something of that kind.
What? Sonos?
Yes, like a sound system.
I thought there was a Doctor Who character.
Yeah, it was. It was until that environmental sound system came along.
Sonos.
Sad attempt at being arty. Yeah, I mean, and that can go wrong, can't it? It should be left to the professionals. Maybe.
Well, yes. I mean, look, we should all indulge in art.
Yeah.
Right? That's good for the soul.
Yeah.
I'm not going to criticize that. But do you want to splat it all over your wall? you know, with in a snappy cat phrase,
in an inescapable way.
In an inescape, it's in your face all the time, you know. So
it's not restful either, is it? I mean, man cave. Have it in a man cave. Have it in your
really
studio.
with all that pink.
No,
okay, so I'd like to see your man cave, darling.
It's not the first time I've heard that. Right. I've made one of these. I made a pound shop version of this long ago in a refurb.
Did you?
What don't you like about the inlaid ceramic worktop?
Well,
bespoke.
We're going on to the second part of because I do have another one, but let's just deal with this.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, this struck me the other one, right? But all right, well. This struck me as when mum got a good idea and couldn't stop.
Yes, yes, from a craft magazine in the 1970s.
Go, right? Yeah. Oh, you know what we should do, Dennis?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
and
God,
we should
what now?
tile the whole work surfaces. And Dennis is going, all right, fair enough.
Or she goes a step further and she buys the tiles because they're cheap down at Wickes, right? I've got these, and they're not exactly that finished. They're like the closest she could find at Wickes in the discount aisle.
There you go.
Can you make me a worktop with these? I mean, you've got to invest in some tile cutting equipment with this, haven't you?
You have a fair amount of skill.
Grey grouts.
Yeah.
Grey grout covers a multitude of sins, but it already is a sin in its own right.
Exactly. You look at that corner work. This is what the ladies won't appreciate there.
Yeah.
That's the ladies. The lady tilers out there.
Yes.
Yeah. That's difficult to do, man.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
Difficult. But you know, I can't totally criticize it. There's a part of it that appeals. It's probably the 1980s part of me that appeals.
It did look like an antacid on the walls. Or a disco dance floor. Now, if that can light up, that would be pretty amazing. It's very brown in there, isn't it? It's very. There's probably a Hessian wall in there somewhere and some vegetarian cookbooks. I'm thinking in this particular one.
I love that.
And I don't think you can ever get, once that you've committed to that worktop, you can't ever get it really clean or smelling nice.
That's right, and you can trace the meals in the day by what collects in the. It's
an archaeological feature as much as
which is like a journey.
It's a lentil.
It's a lentil.
We haven't cooked them for 3 years.
I know.
Right, okay.
You can never get stuff out of the
ground. But
right now, but
you are going to find these in Portugal.
Yeah, you are. You will, right? The question that I asked on the other one, the 3B,
Exhibit 3B, Your Honor.
Exhibit 3B is when you can really eat off the floor like the dog. That's how it struck me, right? So you could get your head in a silver bowl.
You could be led to that worktop on a lead.
Yeah, in fact, you could put the dog on the worktop and have a right old chuff up.
It does. It does look like that, doesn't it? And like a stainless steel. If you have stainless steel plates, you really could complete.
The effect is perfect.
That is like eating off the floor.
Yeah. So all the dog lovers out there are going to understand if you're going to sort of say, "Hang on a minute."
Yeah.
You know, you might be a bit too severe on this.
Yeah, it's true. Apparently in Wales, you used to win ceramic worktops in the bingo.
Oh.
I mean, buyer collects though, right? You can't take that home on the bus. Can you? Grandma's not going to be able to carry that on the bus. Too much grout. There is a point where you get grout, peak grout, I think, isn't it?
Peak grout time.
Peak grout. Okay, string it LEDs and put a nice clear laminate over.
Oh, look, you see the good.
Oh,
an old guy in Europe,
yes, the OG.
Right. Well, this chap, or I don't know, he's really hit on something that I was going to highlight as well. It gives me a headache.
Highlighting with LEDs.
Yeah, was use of LEDs because they put pink, green, blue casts,
chasing pattern.
Yeah, and
on and off.
Exactly, and people love them, and it's like Christmas, you know. It's like
epilepsy
a Christmas tree,
risk
and
as well. Yeah.
You know, at night, you know, you might get away with them, but for a photography sesh, nah.
Is he talking about like actually laying out some LEDs on there, running the cable through a hole, and then flooding it with varnish, and then you eat on a varnished? You could also put the coins or CDs on there and flood them in laminate.
Well, it'd be interesting to see, you know, if you could send in a picture and we could discuss it at some time.
Yes,
you know, we could have.
Well, Captain Casa, you are here in a residence. Oh my!
Oh, this is this. Honestly, this is how the whole thing started off with me. I saw this picture.
This was it. Was it the crowning glory?
Yes. Now, right.
Good God.
Right. Yeah. Now,
A ceramic bed.
A ceramic bed, which looks like
Too
a
much
kitchen,
grout. Yeah.
right, or a bathroom, yeah, and
or an abattoir.
Perhaps that's what it was, right? Now,
Yeah.
Plus a stunning, almost 3-dimensional sculpture hanging from the wall of the underneath of an elephant. Now, who doesn't want that in the morning? Imagine it.
The tusks hanging down over you as you wake up.
The tusks and testicale.
That is incredible. Is that what happens at the other end of the room? Oh no.
Well,
there's no combo.
The
tusks are.
Is that actually? Is it 3D, or has it just been trombloid that well that it looks 3D and we got Michelangelo?
Well, just like you said about Mum looking at the 1970s craft magazines, the part works.
Yeah,
a free gift with edition 1. And you get carried away with a particular idea or theme. I think this might have been entirely built around a couple of tusks that somebody found.
It could well be.
And they got carried away and they just did the whole thing. And they might have been a Tyler as well. There is that. All roads lead to the air conditioning unit as well, you notice.
I do. These stripes, which is very important.
Take your eye into the bed, but then up to the ceiling and then around to the elephant. That is a masterpiece.
I think that.
In its own way.
I think if we're going to pick, that is my particular favourite.
I'm thinking I want an electric blanket and 2 sets of pajamas and a dressing gown and a nightcap because it just feels freezing in there, doesn't it? Like a swimming pool changing room.
Yeah,
I'll put my bed in a swimming pool changing room.
It's just Arctic, isn't it? And it's got an elephant swimming over the top of you.
Incredible,
right? So you're imagining. This is what I'm thinking, that you're at the bottom of a rather large lake.
You don't want to fall out of bed,
and either. It's hospital waiting to happen, isn't it?
It's under the ice.
Yeah, in fact, that might be a hospital room. We don't know.
He's got simple WTF from the OG there. And where's the toilet from the OLP? I bet you're glad you came this morning, OLP, aren't you? Worth staying up for. Yes, under the ice when the woolly mammoth passed over. That's incredible.
That's
Captain
incredible.
Casa.
Now, this is the jungle themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the monkey noise are coming here, aren't they? Yeah, I love that. We should record that.
It's like there's no lock. You just have to make jungle noises to let people know.
Yeah, I'm in here.
Oh, and I've run out of toilet paper. Oh no, there's one on the side there. Okay.
I think this person's been to one of the theme parks in
America. A club. They've got very happy memories of clubs in the 1970s. The Kontiki vibe, where you could sit in a little cabin.
That's right.
And drink a pina colada.
Ratting it up in the Kontiki vibe.
In Streatham, I'm talking about. And it was the wooden finished, like Easter Island club scenes. This goes kind of like with that.
Yeah.
Well, wow.
I've put here, we know the Bronx is a jungle out there, but why bring it into the bathroom?
With a big rubber plant.
Who in their right minds wants to wash with a chimp? Some people, probably. Ladies, Tarzan ain't going to be hanging out
very
here.
A chimp. What, Jimmy Savile's in there?
Could be. He needs to be there, doesn't he?
Now, if you look really closely, you can use the highly polished rubber plant as a mirror. Not as good as a mirror, has to be said. Is that why would you have a rubber plant leaf instead of a mirror in a bathroom?
Well, that's
a nightmare to clean.
That's a question for the ages, isn't it?
Let's leave that hanging there, shall we?
Because there might be a mirror behind there, which you just flick out the way, as you would in a jungle, to reveal your prey, which is obviously yourself, right? I don't want to be too metaphoric there, psychological, but I don't know. I kind of like. In some way, it's so funny and humorous. I might have one.
Yeah, but it would be referred to as the log bathroom, which is not great.
We've got a blockage with the log.
What are they called? Splumes.
What?
What's it called? We go down the log.
Sploosh.
No, there's a word. There's a splash. No, not splashback. So I've also, as well as saying toilet instead of lavatory, I've been saying toilet paper openly instead of TP, which is another nice Turner phrase, isn't it, for such technology. Use the banana leaf. Just rip off a banana leaf.
Well, what do you think that big thing is on the wall there? The green thing. You've discovered it's a rubber plant leaf, but excellent toilet paper. Excellent TP.
Tear off a little bit.
Yeah.
Tear off a little bit.
That's what we found the use for it.
And the OLP did ride on that log and it was repurposed.
Yeah,
when Splash Mountain was refurbed, you were able to buy a little compartment there.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. Perhaps that's what it is,
OLP has got a photograph like this coming down Splash Mountain that goes in that toilet as well. Fabulous.
All right, now
do you know it's 18 minutes past 10?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I tried to. You remember when I said I was going to do 15,
and I said 10 might be enough,
and I did it for 10.
And now look.
And now look at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So here's number 1 coming up on the outside.
I wonder if I can. Let's inject some drama then into this situation, and we will go with the number 1, the winner here. Which looked very inoffensive to me, I have to say, but you've obviously got something to say about it after this. Right here. Okay, so why? What's wrong with that?
Oh, let's have a look at it.
What's right with it?
What's right with it? Yeah, come on.
Right. Okay. Right. Start at the top or the bottom? Work down.
Yeah, top down.
Top down. Yeah. Okay, trickle down.
There's only one way this is going, and it's going down.
Okay.
Let's just have a quick look at that.
So there's a little nook, and they've done their best with it. Or so it would seem.
What you're seeing here is probably one of the most enlightening and interesting developments in interior design within the last 5 minutes.
I love the David Attenborough narration on this.
Yes, because what we have here is something called the cloffice.
on that basis alone.
Who let Sid James in here? Well, I'll tell you how to.
Oh, show us your cloffice.
Would you like to look at my cloffice?
No, we've exhausted OLP. She's laughed so much she's going to have a lie down. Good night to you. Bonne noite. Ati prossima. OLP. See you soon.
Yeah, we're losing him now. But look, Ricky Gervais not signing for this. Yeah. How to turn a usable storage into a doll's house. That's it's really kind of tiny. Yeah.
Yes.
This headache left over from COVID confinement.
Bad memories.
Everybody was in COVID.
Yeah.
What do I do with that cupboard? Right.
Yes,
I need to take the door off. Right. And
panel the back.
Yeah. I'll invent the cloffice. Right. So
is that cupboard office?
Truncated. Cupboard office, basically. Office. Yeah. So
cloffice.
Cloffice. Yeah. Right. Great if your name is Barbie and you want to try a pint-sized lifestyle.
Did Ricky Gervais write that, or did you?
No, you could tell with the delivery. It wasn't Ricky Gervais.
It was you.
It was me.
Well done. Yeah. I love it. You've got the source to research the pictures. You've written a copy.
Yeah.
This needs to be a book.
Oh, obviously. I think there's a film in this.
And you don't like this at all, then? To me, this is one of those things where someone sees it in the pictures. It's like, oh, that's interesting.
You're going to go, oh, that's novel, isn't it?
You don't use it, but it's like, oh, that's interesting. Like a lot of features that get incorporated into houses that don't work out quite as people imagine. It was a good idea, but it's not a practically useful thing.
I think if you're like in a 1-bed apartment, right?
Yeah,
in 1-bed apartment, and you haven't got a lot of space. It's a great idea. Yeah, right. But if
you're in a 7-bedroom,
and you've got a cloffice,
why would you do that?
Why? Yeah. Why?
With a casually placed throw over the back of the seat there. Well, Terence Austin, part of the amazing Austin Brothers production team. This has been amazing. We should make this its own video for sharing on YouTube. We will do that because it's been amazing. These were the don'ts.
These were really the don'ts. These are the things that got up my nose.
These will take money off your house value.
Not all of them. I mean, the jungle bathroom
could add.
People
queuing up for that. Yeah.
No, these are the things that are going to give me difficulty. As apart from heavy, saturated colors and very dark. We didn't even do black bedrooms, did we?
In
which
what
is
sense? Speak for yourself.
Well, visually,
yeah.
Visually they don't look great, and
it should be a teenage phase that one moves down.
A lot of these are a kind of teenage phase lived out in adulthood, aren't they?
For people who didn't get the chance, maybe,
yeah. I mean, I wanted to do little bit more, on the kind of 3-dimensional signs people hang on, like live on the walls, live, love,
framed
laughter.
behind a bit of glass.
Yeah,
even.
I wanted to invent a few
Buddhas. Let's leave your view of Buddhas and a reappropriated spiritual ephemera to next time you're here, when we can do some proper good do's, right, rather than don'ts.
We can, but it's not as funny, is it?
That's true.
It's not.
Well, on that note, and to close today, as a little treat for you, Terence Austin, do you remember the worst photograph we thought we'd seen?
With the dead body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
love this.
I wanted your view on this as an expert.
CSI.
Is Naked Twister an improvement on the back? If you're having a viewing, should this be encouraged or just? You can't believe it, can you? I look at your face.
Believe it.
Look at your face. Should that be encouraged?
Naked Twister.
Yeah.
Is that seriously?
What's your problem? That it's naked or that it's
no?
Twister,
it's not that. I mean, how is this? If this was like on the front of a magazine,
it was on Portuguese TV last night.
Really, on the top shelf.
That's why it's here.
Well, in what context?
It's a program called Consensual.
Yeah.
And it's on Canal Q.
Right.
And it was on Portuguese TV last night on an unlocked channel, not a subscription channel.
Easy now, you're revealing what you're looking at in that.
I mean, if that came on the telly, would you not watch that for a little while at least to figure out what was going on?
I'd be wondering what these white dudes are doing.
What happened to you suddenly there?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's
is
the
it a
question?
yes? Is it a no?
Is it a yes? Of course, it's a yes because it's so interesting.
Yes,
right? You're going to. That's going to live with me for the whole week.
It's going to live with you for the rest of your professional career. Thank you very much, Terence Austin, for being here with an extended edition.
Yeah, always an extended
edition. First thing.
Have you seen my extended edition?
You legend. We will end the program now on that bombshell.
By the grace of God.
Let's go and get whatever help you need for your eyes or for your mind. Go well, and maybe see you tonight on the Expats Portugal webinar, where we're talking to Jeremy Klingers about borrowing money, financing your property purchase here in Portugal, and the Dream Team at 9. And we'll see you some Feel Good Friday fun tomorrow. Take care, and bye for now. Terence, you've been a legend. Bye for now.
Thank you. Goodbye.
There's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. The little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP. Hey, Gumpers.